The message arrived on a Tuesday morning. Commander sat in his office aboard the diplomatic vessel when the communication screen flashed red. Red meant priority. Red meant trouble. He pressed the button and the face of an alien appeared. The creature had 4 eyes, dark purple skin, and teeth that looked like they could bite through metal. This was the leader of the people. "Human," said, his voice deep and rough, "we issue a challenge to your species." Leaned forward. In his 10 years as a diplomat, he had handled many strange requests, but something about his tone made his stomach tight. "What kind of challenge?" asked. "A hunt," replied. "For 40,000 years my people have hunted the greatest prey across the galaxy. We have tracked and killed creatures from 1,000 worlds, but we have never hunted humans. Your species is new to our records. We wish to test your worth." Felt his jaw clench. "You want to hunt us, like animals?" "It is the highest honor," said. "Only species we respect receive this challenge. You should feel proud." "We don't feel proud," said slowly. "We feel insulted." His 4 eyes blinked one after another. "You may refuse, but then your species will be marked as cowards in galactic records. Every species will know that humans fear the hunt." Knew this was a trap. If humans refused, they would lose respect across the galaxy. If they agreed, people would die. But he also knew something that did not. Humans were not easy prey. "I need to speak with my superiors," said. "You have 1 month," replied. "Choose 3 of your best. They will be released into our sacred hunting grounds. 12 of our finest hunters will pursue them. If your 3 survive for 10 days, you win. If they die or are captured, we win." The screen went dark. Immediately sent a message to Earth. He explained everything. Within hours, he received a reply. Admiral Hay, the head of Earth Defense Command, wanted to meet him in person. 3 days later, stood in a military base in South Korea. Admiral Hay was a woman in her 50s with gray hair and sharp eyes. She did not look worried. She looked angry. "They think we are prey," she said. "They think because we have no claws or armor that we are weak. They have made a mistake." "What do you mean?" asked. "Come with me," Hay said. She led him through the base to a training room. Inside, 3 people waited, recognized none of them. "Commander, meet our hunters," Hay said. The first was a man named. He was in his 30s, tall and thin with rough hands. Hay explained that worked as a tracker in the Korean demilitarized zone. For 15 years, he had tracked animals and people through the most dangerous border in the world. He could follow footprints that were days old. He could tell what an animal ate just by looking at its droppings. The second was a woman named Na. She was younger, maybe late 20s, with strong arms and dark eyes. Na worked on deep-sea expeditions. She had spent months in underwater bases, surviving in extreme pressure and cold. She knew how to stay calm when everything around her wanted to kill her. The third was a man named Wu. He was built like a soldier, with scars on his arms and a serious face. Wu had been Special Forces for 10 years before he retired to study alien biology. He knew how to fight, but more importantly, he knew how to study an enemy and find its weakness. "These are not soldiers," said. "They will send their best warriors." "Exactly," Hay replied with a small smile. "They will send warriors. We are sending hunters. There is a difference." Stepped forward. "Commander, I have a question. Does they have higher gravity than Earth?" "Yes," said. "About 2.5 times stronger." "Good," said. "That means they are stronger than us but also heavier. They will get tired faster in their own gravity. We can use that." Na spoke next. "What about their senses? How do they track prey?" Pulled up a file on his tablet. "Excellent vision and hearing. Sense of smell is average. They are ambush predators by nature, fast and powerful, but they prefer short hunts." "Short hunts," Wu repeated. He looked at the others. "They are sprinters, not marathon runners." "What are you thinking?" Hay asked. Wu smiled for the first time. "Admiral, every predator in the galaxy hunts the same way. They are faster and stronger than their prey. They chase, they catch, they kill. It is quick and prompted. Humans are different, Wu continued. On Earth, we were not the fastest or the strongest, but we had one advantage. We could run forever. Our ancestors hunted by chasing animals until they collapsed from exhaustion. We call it persistence hunting. While a lion gets tired after a few minutes, a human can jog for hours, days even. Began to understand. You want to exhaust them. More than that, said. We want to hunt them. To think they are the hunters and we are the prey. We are going to show them the truth. Admiral Hay nodded. They have hunted 1,000 species, but they have never been hunted themselves. They do not know what it feels like to be prey. When do we leave? Na asked. 2 weeks, Hay replied. You will train together, learn each other's strengths, and most importantly, remember this, the sea hunting as sport and honor. For humans, hunting has always been survival. We hunted the predators of Earth to protect ourselves. We hunted wolves, bears, tigers, and worse. We did not do it for honor, we did it to live. The 3 humans looked at each other. Something passed between them, an understanding that could see but not fully grasp. We will win, said simply. 2 weeks later, the 3 humans boarded a transport ship. The galaxy watched as they traveled to Prime. Bets were placed across 100 worlds. Most believed the humans would die within the first day. But watching them leave felt something strange. He felt sorry for the. They had no idea what was coming. The transport ship landed on Prime just after dawn. Na and Wu stepped out onto a world that wanted to kill them. The gravity hit them immediately. Every step felt like carrying a heavy backpack. The air was thick and hot. In the distance, massive trees rose hundreds of feet into a purple sky. Strange sounds echoed through the forest, roars and screams from creatures the humans had never seen. Waited for them at the landing site. Behind him stood 12 hunters, each wearing armor and carrying weapons that looked like they could cut through stone. Welcome, humans, said. His 4 eyes studied them carefully. You look small, weak. This will not be a long hunt. We will see, replied calmly. Gestured to a table where 3 packs waited. According to tradition, prey receives basic supplies, water, food for 5 days, and primitive weapons. No technology, no communication devices. The hunt must be fair. Wu picked up one of the packs. Inside was a knife, a spear, and a bow with arrows. Simple tools, but effective in the right hands. You have 1 hour head start, continued. Run wherever you wish in the preserve. After 1 hour, we will begin tracking. The hunt ends when you are captured, killed, or when 10 days pass. Do you understand? We understand, Na said. Good, smiled, showing his metal teeth. I almost feel sorry for you, but you are prey. This is nature. The 3 humans took their packs and walked into the forest. Behind them, they heard the hunters laughing. As soon as they were out of sight, stopped. We need to talk about the plan. You are the tracker, Wu said. What do you see? Knelt and looked at the ground. The soil is soft here. It will hold footprints well. That works for us and against us. They can track us easily, but we can also track them. How long do we run? Na asked. We don't, said simply. Both Na and Wu looked at him. Think about it, continued. They expect us to run, to hide, to try to survive. That is what prey does, but we are not prey, we are humans, and humans hunt. Hunt them, Na said slowly. That is crazy. Is it? Wu said. He was smiling now. Is right. Every predator species thinks the same way. Chase the prey until you catch it, but they have never been hunted themselves. They will not expect it. How do we hunt something stronger and faster than us? Na asked. The same way our ancestors did, replied. We be patient, we be smart, and we never stop moving. He pulled out his knife and began marking a tree. First, we leave a trail, make them think we are running north. Then we double back and follow them instead. For the next hour, the 3 humans moved through the forest. They left obvious tracks, broken branches, disturbed ground. Any tracker would see their trail easily. But after an hour, they carefully backtracked, walking in a stream to hide their footprints, and circled around to where they started. They found a hiding spot in the thick bushes near the landing site and waited. "Here they come," Wu whispered. The 12 hunters entered the forest. They moved fast, following the trail the humans had left. Though were impressive, had to admit. They worked as a team, communicating with hand signals. These were experienced hunters. But they all went north, every single one. "Now we follow," said. The 3 humans began tracking the trackers. They stayed far behind, moving carefully and quietly, watched the ground, reading the story the footprints told. They were confident. They were not watching behind them. Why would they? Prey runs forward, not back. Hours passed. The humans followed at a steady pace. They were faster, but they also stopped frequently to check the trail. The humans never stopped. They drank water while walking. They ate while moving. They were machines, steady and patient. "Look," Na whispered. She pointed ahead. One of the hunters had fallen behind the group. He was breathing hard, leaning against a tree. The thick air and heavy gravity were affecting him. "Persistence hunting," Wu said quietly. "They are built for short, explosive chases. We are built for endurance. Every hour that passes, we get stronger and they get weaker." They watched the lone for a while. He was young, maybe inexperienced. He kept looking around nervously. "We could take him," Na said. "Not yet," replied. "We learn first. Watch how he moves, how he holds his weapon, how he breathes. Every detail matters." They followed the lone for another hour. He was struggling badly now. His steps were unsteady. He was overheating in the thick air. Bodies were designed for quick hunts, not long pursuits. Finally, they collapsed. He lay on the ground, gasping for air. His armor was too hot, cooking him from the inside. The 3 humans approached carefully. They saw them and tried to stand, but his legs would not work. His eyes went wide with shock and confusion. How were the prey here? They should be miles ahead, running for their lives. "Do not move," Wu said. He spoke in the language which he had studied for weeks. You followed us," they gasped. "That is not how prey acts." "We are not prey," said simply. Nun knelt beside the fallen. She examined his armor and weapons with the eye of a scientist. "Interesting design. The armor is strong but heavy. It would protect against claws and teeth, but in this heat, it is a trap." They tried to reach for his weapon, but Wu kicked it away gently. "We could kill you," Wu said, "but we will not yet. You are going to deliver a message for us." "What message?" they whispered. Leaned close. "Tell your leader that the hunt has changed. Tell him that humans do not run from predators. We hunt them. Tell him to watch his back because we are coming." They took the weapons and communication device. Then they left him there, alive but helpless. He would be found eventually by his team. As they walked away, Na asked, "Why did we let him live?" "Psychology," Wu explained. "We want them afraid. A dead hunter is just dead. A living hunter who failed is a message. He will tell the others what happened. They will start to doubt themselves. Fear is a weapon and we just armed it." By nightfall, the 3 humans had traveled far from the landing site. They made camp in a cave, taking turns on watch. The forest around them was full of dangerous creatures, but had chosen their spot carefully. The cave had only one entrance and provided good cover. "How many days until we have to worry?" Na asked, chewing on their rations. "We have food for 5 days," Wu said. "But we are hunters. We can find food. The real question is, how many can we take down before realizes what is happening?" Smiled in the darkness. "All of them if we are lucky." Far away, the young hunter stumbled back to his team. He was still shaking. When he told them what happened, several hunters laughed. It was impossible. Prey does not hunt hunters. But did not laugh. He had seen many hunts in his long life, and something about this report bothered him. Humans were supposed to be weak. They were supposed to run. Instead, they had turned around and hunted one of his own. For the first time in his life, felt something strange in his chest. It took him a moment to recognize it. It was doubt. On the third day of the hunt, stood in the command center watching the orbital feeds. The satellite cameras showed the entire hunting preserve from above. He could see his hunters moving through the forest, searching for the humans. But something was wrong, very wrong. 4 more of his hunters were down, not dead but disabled. Their weapons were gone, their armor was stripped. Each one told the same impossible story. The humans had hunted them. "How is this happening?" demanded Tor, second in command. "They are prey, prey runs, prey hides, it does not attack." Did not answer. He was studying the satellite footage, rewinding it, watching it again and again. There on the screen he could see the pattern. The humans were not running randomly. They were moving with purpose, with planning. They were hurting his hunters. "Call everyone back," said suddenly. "Bring all hunters to the central camp, no more small groups." "That is cowardly," Tor protested. "We outnumber them, we are stronger, we are." "We are being hunted," interrupted. His voice was hard. "Look at the footage, really look. The humans are tracking us. They know where we are at all times, they know our patterns. They are using our own tactics against us." Tor looked at the screen. He saw it then. The 3 humans moving like ghosts through the forest, always staying downwind, always in the blind spots. They were not lucky. They were skilled. Meanwhile, deep in the preserve, knelt beside a stream. He studied the muddy bank carefully. "3 passed here 2 hours ago," he said quietly. "See how the mud has dried at the edges. They were moving fast, not being careful. They are getting scared." Na filled their water bottles from the stream. The past 3 days had been hard but successful. They had taken down 4 hunters using simple tactics, patience, tracking, and endurance. They would chase them, and the humans would lead them on long runs through difficult terrain. Eventually, they would overheat and collapse. It was the same method humans had used on Earth for thousands of years. "Their armor is the problem," Wu said. He was examining a piece of equipment they had taken. "It is designed to protect against other predators. Claws, teeth, natural weapons. But it makes them slow and hot. In this climate, it is cooking them." "What about their weapons?" Na asked. Wu held up an energy rifle, powerful but heavy, and they require line of sight to use. In thick forest they are almost useless. They are ambush predators. They are built for open plains where they can see their prey and run it down quickly. "We brought them into our world," said with a smile. "Dense forest, thick vegetation, long pursuits. This is where humans excel." Na looked worried for the first time. "But they will adapt, is not stupid, he will change his tactics." "You are right," Wu agreed. "Which is why we need to change ours first. We have taken down the weak hunters, now it gets harder." They spent the next hour planning. Drew maps in the dirt showing the terrain ahead. There was a canyon system to the east, deep and narrow, perfect for an ambush. If they could lure some hunters there, the terrain would eliminate the advantage in speed and strength. "We need bait," Na said. "I will do it," offered. "I am the fastest runner." "No," Wu said. "We do it together, that is how humans hunt. We are pack hunters, not solo predators, that is our advantage." They moved toward the canyon system, leaving an obvious trail. But this time they were not hiding. They wanted to be followed. It did not take long. By midday they heard the sounds of pursuit, multiple moving fast through the forest behind them. The humans ran, but not at full speed. They stayed just ahead, letting them see them occasionally. "How many?" Na panted as they ran. 5 answered, maybe 6. "Good," Wu said. "Enough to make them confident, not enough to be overwhelming." They reached the canyon and jumped down into it. The canyon walls were steep and narrow, covered in loose rock. Perfect. They arrived minutes later. They looked down into the canyon and saw the 3 humans below, apparently trapped. Finally, one shouted, "They have no escape, we have them." They jumped down into the canyon, but as soon as they did, triggered the trap. He had spent the last hour loosening rocks at the top of the canyon wall. Now, with a push, those rocks tumbled down. They scattered, trying to avoid the falling stones. They were fast enough to dodge most of them, but the rockfall separated them, breaking their formation. Instead of 6 hunters working together, there were now 6 hunters scattered and alone. The humans moved immediately. Null engaged the nearest with her spear, keeping him busy. She was not trying to win, just distract. Though was stronger, but in the narrow canyon, he could not use his size advantage. Meanwhile, and Wu circled around behind another. They attacked together, one going high and one going low. They fought back hard, but human teamwork won. Within seconds, they was disarmed and on the ground. Next, Wu shouted. The battle lasted 10 minutes. It was brutal and exhausting. There were powerful fighters, but they were designed for solo hunting. They did not know how to fight as a coordinated team against an enemy that moved as one unit. When it was over, all 6 hunters were down, not dead but defeated. The humans took their weapons and equipment. "This is impossible," one gasped. "You are prey, how are you doing this?" Wu knelt beside him. "We are not prey, we never were. Humans spent 2 million years on a death world called Earth. Every animal on that planet was trying to kill us. We had no claws, no armor, no venom. So we learned to hunt. We hunted everything. The fastest animals could not outrun our endurance. The strongest animals could not outlast our patience. The animals could not match our ability to plan and adapt." "But we are," the hunter protested weakly. "We are the apex predators." "You were apex predators on your world," corrected. "But you never faced something like us. You never faced a species that hunts other hunters." Null was checking the canyon walls. "We need to move, more will come." They left the defeated in the canyon and climbed out. As they disappeared into the forest, one of them managed to activate his emergency beacon. Within an hour, a rescue team arrived to collect the 6 defeated hunters. Himself came. He looked at his best warriors lying exhausted and defeated in the canyon. He looked at the stripped weapons, the careful tactics, the teamwork. "Tell me everything," he demanded. The hunters told him. They described how the humans fought together, how they used the terrain, how they never stopped moving, how they turned the canyon into a trap. Listened in silence. When they finished, he looked up at the canyon walls. "They are teaching us a lesson," he said quietly. "Every animal we have hunted runs from us, but humans do not run. They attack, they plan, they adapt. They are showing us what real hunters look like." "What do we do?" Tor asked. Was quiet for a long moment. His pride wanted to continue the hunt, but his wisdom, earned through 40,000 years of tradition, told him something different. "We prepare," said finally, "because tomorrow I will enter the preserve myself, and I will show these humans why I am called the greatest hunter of the—" But even as he said it, felt that strange feeling in his chest again, doubt and something else. Something that felt like fear. High above in orbit, Admiral Hay watched the satellite feeds with satisfaction. Commander stood beside her. "They are doing well," said. "They are doing more than well," Hay replied. "They are rewriting galactic understanding of what humans are. By the time this hunt is over, no species will ever think of us as prey again." The galaxy was watching, and the galaxy was learning. Entered the preserve alone at dawn on the 7th day. He carried only his personal weapons and wore his ceremonial hunting armor, made from the bones of 300 kills across 40 worlds. He was the greatest hunter that had ever produced. He would restore honor to his people. He would kill the humans. The 3 humans sat around a small fire in the volcanic highlands. They had been driving the hunters to this location for 3 days now, and it had worked. This was their chosen battlefield. "He is coming," said, not looking up from the tracks he was studying. Alone, Heavy footprints, confident stride, this is. Finally, Wu said. He had been analyzing recordings and data from all their previous encounters. Everything we have done has been preparation for this. Every we fought taught us something about their species, their strengths, their weaknesses, their patterns. Na stood and looked out over the volcanic landscape. The ground here was hard black rock, still warm from ancient eruptions. Steam vents dotted the area, releasing hot gas into the air. It was brutal terrain, hard to breathe, hard to move, perfect for what they needed. How do we beat him? She asked. If he is their greatest hunter, he will not make the same mistakes the others did. He will not, agreed. But he will have one weakness that all share. He is a solo predator, hunt alone. They do not understand pack tactics the way humans do. Wu pulled out the equipment they had taken from defeated hunters. Weapons, armor pieces, communication devices. We have been studying physiology for days. I found something interesting. See this? He pointed to a scar pattern on a piece of armor. This armor belonged to a hunter we defeated on day 4, but these scratches are old, maybe decades old. They match the claw pattern of a creature from the Calda. So, Na said. So I cross-referenced it with hunting records, Wu continued. 40 years ago, fought and survived, but he was injured, left leg. The injury never fully healed. Smiled slowly, a weakness. More than that, Wu said, a predictable weakness. When a creature has an old injury, it changes how they move. They favor the other leg, they adjust their stance. Their footprints tell the story. For the next hour, studied the tracks had left. He found what he was looking for, a slight difference in depth between left and right footprints, a tiny adjustment in stride length, compensated well but not perfectly. He circles left more often than right, said. His body naturally protects the weak leg by moving that direction. He probably does not even realize he does it. Can we use it? Na asked. We can, confirmed. But we need to be patient. This will not be a quick fight. They prepared carefully, set up observation points across the volcanic highlands where he could track movements without being seen. Na prepared their supplies for a long pursuit. Wu studied the terrain and planned their route. Found their camp at midday, but the humans were gone. Only their fire remained, still smoking. He studied the area carefully. 3 sets of footprints led north toward the most dangerous part of the highlands. Clever, muttered. They want me to follow. They are trying to choose the battlefield. But was not worried. He had hunted 1,000 prey species across 40 worlds. He knew every trick, every trap. He would catch them before sunset. He followed their trail north. The humans were not trying to hide their tracks. That was suspicious but was confident. He was faster than them, stronger, more experienced. Whatever trap they had planned, he would overcome it. What did not know was that 3 humans were watching him from carefully hidden positions, had eyes on him constantly, tracking his movements. The humans were not fleeing. They were studying. He favors left turns, just like you said, Na whispered into their salvaged communication device. They had modified it to work for them. When he encounters an obstacle, he circles left 90% of the time. Good, Wu replied from his position. That means his instincts will pull him left in a crisis. We can predict him. The hunt continued for hours. Was fast, but the humans kept their distance. Every time he got close, they would vanish into steam vents or behind rock formations. It was frustrating. The terrain was working against him. The volcanic rock was hard on his feet, and the steam made it difficult to see. But was patient. He had tracked prey for weeks before. He would outlast them. Except he was wrong. As the sun began to set, realized he was breathing hard. His legs were tired. The humans were still moving at the same steady pace they had maintained all day. Impossible, he gasped. How are they not exhausted? The answer was simple, though did not understand it yet. The humans had been training in heavy gravity for weeks. They had built up their endurance. More importantly, they were built for this. Millions of years of evolution had designed human bodies for one specific purpose: pursuit hunting, running for hours, days, never stopping, never resting. As night fell, made camp in a sheltered area. He needed rest, but the humans did not stop. They took turns sleeping while two always kept watch. They rotated every 2 hours, so everyone got rest, but the pursuit never ended. When morning came, woke to find fresh human footprints near his camp. They had been watching him sleep. The realization sent a chill through him. "I am the hunter," he whispered to himself. "Not them, I am the hunter." But his body was telling him something different. He was sore. His left leg was aching badly. The old injury was flaring up from the constant pursuit, and he was starting to feel something he had never felt before in a hunt: fear. The second day of pursuit was worse. The humans seemed to be everywhere and nowhere. They would appear briefly, let him see them, then vanish. They were wearing him down mentally as much as physically. Every step hurt now. His left leg was screaming in pain. By evening, realized the terrible truth. The humans were not running from him. They were hunting him. They had been hunting him from the beginning. Every step, every direction they led him, it was all planned. They had brought him to this volcanic hellscape because it neutralized his advantages and his weaknesses. Clever, he admitted, so clever. On the third day, could barely walk. His left leg had given out completely. He was limping badly now, using his weapon as a crutch. The humans had not attacked yet, but he knew they were close. He could feel them watching. He made one last stand at sunset on the third day. He found a defensible position on a rock outcrop and waited. His body was finished. His leg was destroyed. But he was still a warrior. He would face them with honor. The three humans approached slowly. They were tired too, could see, but they were still moving, still ready. "You fought well," said in the language. "You hunted me," replied. His voice was hoarse. "No prey has ever hunted me before." "We are not prey," Wu said. "We tried to tell you." Na approached with water. She offered it too. He stared at it in confusion. "Drink," she said gently. "The hunt is over, you lost, but we are not here to kill you." Took the water. As he drank, Wu spoke. "You asked how we did this. I will tell you. On our world Earth, humans were weak. We had no claws, no armor, no venom. Every animal on our planet was stronger than us, faster than us, better armed. So we learned to do what no other species does. We learned to hunt the hunters. We hunted wolves. We hunted bears. We hunted tigers and lions and sharks. We hunted anything that threatened us. For 2 million years, we perfected the art of pursuit hunting. We chased our prey until they collapsed from exhaustion, and we are still doing it." Looked at the three humans. They were small, weak-looking, but in their eyes he saw something that terrified him. He saw the gaze of a true apex predator. "You are the most dangerous species in the galaxy," he whispered, "and we never knew." "Now you know," said. They left there with water and supplies. A rescue team would find him in the morning. As the three humans walked away, watched them go. He felt shame but also respect. He had learned something valuable today. Never underestimate a species just because they look weak. Sometimes the most dangerous predators are the ones that do not look dangerous at all. The Galactic Council Chamber was the largest building on Unity Station. Representatives from 300 species gathered there when important matters needed discussion. Today, the chamber was completely full. Everyone wanted to see what would happen. Commander stood beside Admiral Hay at the human delegation table. Across the room, sat with the delegation. His left leg was in a medical brace. He looked tired but also strangely calm. The council leader, an ancient being called an Elder Thought, floated at the center of the room. Its voice filled everyone's mind through telepathy. "We are here to discuss the hunt challenge and its results. The galaxy has watched. Many bets were placed. Most believed the humans would die quickly, but that is not what happened. Leader of the, please explain." Stood slowly. He looked around the chamber, meeting the eyes of representatives from a dozen predator species. Then he spoke. "We were wrong," he said simply. "They have hunted for 40,000 years. We have tracked prey across 1,000 worlds. We believed we understood hunting. We believed we were the apex predators of the galaxy." He paused. "We were incorrect." Murmurs spread through the chamber. The elder thought sent a wave of calm. "Explain further," it commanded. "The humans are not prey," continued. "They are not even predators like us. They are something else entirely, something the galaxy has not seen before. They are pursuit predators. They hunt by chasing prey until it collapses from exhaustion. But more than that, they hunt other hunters. On their world, they were surrounded by predators, so they learned to hunt those predators back." Admiral Hay stood. "May I speak?" The elder thought gestured permission. Hay walked to the center of the chamber. She activated a holographic display. Images appeared in the air showing Earth, its animals, and human history. "The Galactic Council classified humans as a mid-tier prey species," Hay began. "You looked at our bodies and saw weakness. No claws, no armor, poor bite force, weak senses. You thought we were easy targets." She paused. "You made a mistake." The hologram changed, showing images of ancient humans hunting. 2 million years ago, humans were weak. We lived on a death world filled with predators that wanted to kill us. Lions, tigers, bears, crocodiles, wolves, hyenas. Every one of them was faster and stronger than us. So how did we survive? The hologram showed humans running after animals, chasing them for hours across open plains. "We ran," Hay said. "We chased our prey until they collapsed. We call it persistence hunting. A human can run for 8 hours without stopping. We can jog for days. We can track wounded prey for weeks. No other species on Earth could match us. The fastest cheetah gets tired after a few minutes, but a human never stops." A representative from the species, another predator race, spoke up. "But running is cowardice. True predators charge and kill quickly." "Is it cowardice?" Wu asked, standing from his seat. "Or is it strategy? They can run fast for short distances, so can most predators. But what happens when the prey does not run away? What happens when it runs toward you hour after hour, day after day, never stopping?" The chamber was silent. Stood next. "I tracked for 72 hours. I studied his footprints. I learned his patterns. I found his weakness. That is what humans do. We study, we learn, we adapt. You hunt for food or sport. We hunt to survive." Na was the last to stand. "Every predator in this room hunts prey species. You chase herbivores, scavengers, small creatures, but humans are different. We hunted the predators of Earth. We hunted wolves until they became our servants and we called them dogs. We hunted bears for their territory. We hunted sharks in the ocean. We hunted anything that threatened us. For millions of years, we were both prey and predator. We learned to think like both." The hologram changed again, showing more images. Humans hunting mammoths. Humans tracking tigers. Humans fishing for great white sharks. "We killed most of Earth's megafauna," Hay continued. "Giant sloths, saber-toothed cats, cave bears, dire wolves, mammoths. Not because we were stronger, not because we were faster, but because we never stopped hunting them. Generation after generation, we tracked them down. We are the reason they are extinct." A representative from the peaceful species spoke up. She looked horrified. "You hunted your own planet's predators to extinction. That is ecological disaster." "Yes," Hay agreed. "We learned that lesson too late, but it shows you what we are capable of. When humans decide to hunt something, we do not stop until it is caught or we are dead. There is no middle ground." The elder thought projected curiosity. "Why tell us this? You make your species sound dangerous." "Because you need to understand," Hay said firmly. "The thought we were prey. They were wrong, but we do not want other species to make the same mistake. Humans are not aggressive by nature. We prefer peace. We prefer cooperation, but if you hunt us, we will hunt you back. It is in our biology, in our history, in our culture. We are the species that looked at the food chain and decided we belong at the top. Spoke again. Admiral Hay is correct. In the preserve, the 3 humans hunted 12 of my best warriors. They defeated all of them. Then they hunted me. The greatest hunter of the defeated by prey that was not prey at all. I barely escaped with my life, and only because they chose to let me live. Why did you not kill him? The elder thought asked the 3 humans. Answered, because killing is not always the point. We wanted them to learn, to understand. Dead is just dead. Alive, he is a teacher. He can tell other predator species what we are capable of. The chamber erupted in discussion. Representatives argued and debated. Some were frightened. Some were impressed. Some were angry that humans had been underestimated so badly. Finally, the elder thought sent out a pulse of silence. Everyone stopped talking. The Galactic Council will vote on a new classification for humanity, it announced. The current classification of mid-tier prey species is clearly incorrect. All in favor of reclassifying humans as an apex pursuit predator species, indicate now. Lights flickered across the chamber as representatives voted. When the count was finished, the result was unanimous. 300 species all voting yes. It is decided, the elder thought declared. Humanity is now classified as an apex pursuit predator species. Furthermore, a new designation is created, predator hunters. This designation recognizes species that hunt other hunting species. Currently, humanity is the only species with this designation. Stood again. The wish to offer a formal treaty. We acknowledge our error. We ask for peace and mutual respect with humanity. We accept, Admiral Hay said. We did not want this fight, but we will always defend ourselves. After the session ended, walked with the 3 hunters through Unity Station. People from dozens of species stared at them. Some looked afraid, others looked respectful. No one looked at them like prey anymore. How do you feel? Asked them. Tired, Nuss said with a laugh. Very tired. Satisfied, Wu added. We proved something important today. Was quiet for a moment. Then he said, I feel relieved. For millions of years, humans fought to survive on Earth. We climbed to the top of the food chain through blood and sweat. Now the galaxy knows what we are. They know what we can do. Maybe that knowledge will prevent future conflicts. Or cause them, said quietly. Maybe, agreed. But at least now they will think twice before hunting us. Back on Earth, the news spread quickly. Humans had been hunted by one of the galaxy's most dangerous predator species, and humans had won, not by being stronger, not by being faster, but by being human, by using persistence, intelligence, cooperation, and that relentless human quality of never giving up. Children learned a new lesson in schools. They learned that being weak does not mean being prey. They learned that intelligence and endurance can overcome raw power. They learned that humans survived not despite their weaknesses, but because of how they adapted to them. The galaxy learned a different lesson. They learned that the small, soft creatures from Earth were more dangerous than they looked. They learned that humans were not prey. They were the hunters of hunters. They were the species that ran down mammoths, that tracked wolves across continents, that fished for great white sharks and won. And most importantly, they learned that when you corner a human, when you threaten them, when you hunt them, they do not run away crying. They hunt you back. Years later, xenobiology students across the galaxy would study the human species. They would watch recordings of the hunt and analyze what happened. They would learn about persistence hunting, about pack tactics, about the human ability to track and study prey for extended periods. But more than anything, they would learn this. Never assume a species is prey just because it looks weak. Sometimes the most dangerous predators are the ones that do not look dangerous at all. And in the darkness of space, humanity continued forward, not as prey, not as victims, but as what they had always been. Survivors, hunters. and the one species in the galaxy that refused to know their place in the food chain, because they had spent millions of years creating that chain themselves.